What up, people? It's your man, Cypher Sam, here today to bring you Bleach 523 chapter review. So let's kick this off. Basically, the chapter starts off where it left in 522. And Renji has fell down in the hole, and now they're looking up at Ometsu. And Ometsu, last thing, hit Zangetsu or threw him down, either hit Himaru and Zangetsu on something or threw him in the pit. I don't know for sure. And now something's rumbling around in the pit. And then these big, buff, white, faceless things, all they got is like eyes, come out of the shadows and start attacking Ichigo and Renji. So then, like, they like, what are these things? And like, then Ometsu starts to explain that these are the Asasuchis, like the nameless blades that are given to like fodder Shinigami or people who are just becoming Shinigami, like how like Ichigo's sword was before he learned his name, or when Renji or Rukia was in the academy and they had their swords like this, because they didn't know their names as of yet. After that, he's like, so these are basically the manifestations of said Asasuchis. And then Nehemiah's like, you're close, you're so close, but nah. But he's like, that's all you need to know. But then Neil's like, why? But then why? What's that have to do with attacking him? Why are they attacking us? He's like, because they hate you. And it was like, they hate us, like, because the way you use your sword is wrong. Like, the way you swing it, it's not that hard, it's all whack. And then they're continuously attacking them. And then Ometsu, he says, Miyamaya, however you want to say it, he says to them, like, you don't understand the fundamental differences between a Zanbakuto and a Shinigami. And that basically means that you don't understand, like, you and your Zanbakuto is not linked somewhere in that where it's supposed to go. So it's kind of like how Tensei Zangetsu told Ichigo right before he fought Aizen that what you want to protect and what I want to protect is two different things. Then now with this chapter, it makes me think that it's the same way, because right after Ometsu said that, there was this panel of some Asasuchis and they was crying. So that means that it's either A, it's just the Asasuchi version, the form of Zangetsu and Hibimaru that they're fighting, or it's something different, but like they hate that they're having to do this, and or some deeper thing going on with those tears because they're crying. And I doubt that Kubo will sit there and just make some crazy stuff up for no reason. But basically, that, like, because I want to see Zangetsu again. I want to see him, like, in the near future. Because I'm not talking about Tensei Zangetsu. Tensei Zangetsu, he's cool. I ain't got nothing wrong with Tensei Zangetsu. But I like old man Zangetsu. I haven't seen him in like forever. Like I haven't seen him since. Whew, I'll have to say either when he was in advisors or something like that. Something like that. But I want to see old man Zangetsu. I want to see him with the cape and standing on his sword with the sunglasses, looking like a badass. But that's part one of the chapter. Part two basically is the setup to the clash of the Kenpachis, and personally, I'm pumped for that shit. I'm ready to go. I want to see that shit happen because Unohana has been one person the entire series that I want to see fight. And now I'm getting to see her fight without no limitations, without nobody coming in, stopping it, like some Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto bullshit. Like, I know that was completely different, but it was a good reference for, um, I ain't got time for that. I want to see a death fucking battle. And with Kenpachi being trolled with Yuha Bach, and it was not even Yuha Bach, Lloyd Royd impersonating Yuha Bach. He is basically not as strong as he seems to be right at this moment. He is pretty. Eh. So, with that being said, he needs he needs to step his game up, excuse me for that, but he needs to step his game up to a new level like he knows he can. Take off the eye patch, put Yachiro down. It's crazy because the old girl's name on her back is Yachiro and her name is Yachiro, but maybe there's a connection to that somehow. But they are going at it. And because they're down in the basement of the Central 46 prison thing where Aizen's at, but below Aizen. So they're way at the bottomest levels, and it's this infinite space of nothingness where they can duke it out and to their limits without having to worry about anything. And when Kenpachi gets down there, he just starts talking shit. He's like, "Fuck yeah, this is my type of battlefield." Blah 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 blah. And then Unohana, he's like, "You're talking a hell of a lot today," and like just the sound of your voice makes the only wound on my ache. I mean, the only wound I have ache. And then Kenpachi, they gonna start going back and forth because of their dialogue is pretty much believe that the scar on Unohana's chest that she was hiding from the braids, which is kind of cool because it made it seem like the braids were more than just a hairstyle. They had some kind of purpose, but that and then the fact that the one basically kind of like his trademark scar on his eye is to assume caused by each other. Kenpachi scarred Unohana scarred Kenpachi, which means they had to fight. That's just my theory or opinion or whatnot. And since they now they're going at it, like she's like Kenpachi's talking, Unohana got this sadistic look. Then Kirkuk says like Kirk was in his office. He's like, I know if this happens, one of y'all is going to die. And then they clash swords, and that's basically the end of the chapter. But like basically, I can't wait for that Unohana Kenpachi fight. That can't happen sooner because Unohana hasn't had no kind of fight in this whole series, but it was always like subconsciously known, or not even subconsciously, just actually known that Una is not to be fucked with. So I want to see what she is actually capable of in this fight. That's what I'm looking forward to. But that's it for me. Make sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And y'all have a good one. Feels